Hello and welcome to Ronan and Tree Talks. I'm Ronan.
And I'm Tree.
And this is episode 7, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Episode 7 of our podcast.
Brilliant start there. Shout out to Harvey Anderson and Will Little for winning the shout outs, as Endo won the shout out word, the code word, and Will Little put us on his Snapchat story. So thank you to both of you.
Yeah, cheers guys. We've got a really good episode coming up, so might as well just jump straight into it.
Yep, sounds good. And let's start off with the AFL news, as the Lions have just last weekend lost from 42 points up in the second quarter to Richmond at MCG. They did choke, really. It was.
I don't have the emotional capacity to deal with that loss.
I saw you put that on your Instagram story.
Yeah, I just cannot deal with the Lions anymore. I'm just scared of watching their games now.
Yeah, you're now wanting to fire Fagan.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's horrible. No, I don't want to talk about it, thank you.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we'll move on to Collingwood then. Okay. And they are in second place
I love it when Collingwood choke.
So do I, but
football's great. They haven't done much of that recently, though.
No, they've won, I think it's 11 in a row now.
Holy mackerel. Alright, sorry.
And they're in second position on the ladder right now after a good win against the Melbourne Demons at the MCG last night.
Yeah. Actually, I'll go back to something we were saying about the Lions. I saw a comment on one of the AFL posts, and it was saying, to the Lions, if you can't win at the G, you can't win the flag, which is true. They haven't won in 13 years. True. So, yeah.
No, the first half of that game was the best half we played.
It was really good, yeah.
And then it's like we had an under-9 side running around.
I don't think we've ever had a game where it's just been all good.
Yeah.
We've either had a really good first half and a really bad second half.
I reckon we've never had a 4-quarter effort.
Yeah. There's always been one that let us down a bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's fair.
Moving on to Brisbane Broncos.
Yep.
They faced off against the Roosters over the weekend. I don't know where it was, but it wasn't in Brisbane. So probably at Alinta, wherever, Allianz Stadium or ANZ Stadium. They changed it. I don't know why. But yeah, it was a loss 36-20. They're still in the top 8 though, so I think I'll keep to my prediction of them going. I think they'll go all the way still. Just a bit of a
You're off the lines now, aren't you?
Yeah, they're not going to win. Geelong will. They've had a bit. Brisbane have had a bit of a form slump, but we can come back from. Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah.
I haven't watched too much NRL lately.
Yeah, you're not a big NRL fan,
no,
are you?
but I know the Broncos are in the top 8.
Yep.
And I'm hoping they win the flag.
I don't think it's called the flag in NRL.
What's it called?
Just called the Premiership.
The Premiership.
Yeah, it's a bit more basic NRL. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Now to the exciting part of the episode, where we have got some interviews with some of the Carlton players. So we got some interviews with Adam Chera, Charlie Curnow, Tom DeCoding, Jacob Wiedering and Brody Kemp. So we'll play the audio now. Have a listen. Hey mate, we've got a quick question here. Are you a Coles or Woolies man?
Woolies.
Yeah, any reason behind that?
I've been to Coles a couple of times and they haven't had the stuff I want for dinner, and it's just
Fair enough.
Yeah, exactly. So it's made me pretty flat with it.
Do you mind if we ask you a quick question?
Yeah, what's going on here?
What's the best thing about having Ed in the team?
Winning a game and winning a game with him and seeing the family after the game is always awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, that would be. And what's the worst thing about having him in the team?
Seeing him every day. So
fair enough.
Which is good.
Would you mind if we asked you a quick question?
Yeah, no worries.
I've forgotten it.
Forgotten the question. Not a good start.
What's your pre-game jam?
Pre-game jam. I like a bit chill. I listen to a bit of Jack Johnson or something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, fair. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.
Hey Jacob, we got a quick question here. Who's your most annoying teammate?
Charlie Curnow.
Straight up.
Are you a Weet-Bix kid?
Yes, I was.
How many a day?
Probably say 5 or 6.
With milk and sugar?
No sugar.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Maybe honey.
I had one job, and that was to remember the one question I had to ask, and yet, like everything else in life, I stuffed that up too.
You blew it. You had one chance, and you blew it.
Yeah, it wasn't even the question I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask, are you a Weet-Bix kid? But we got that one
you got
afterwards.
that one anyway with Chera.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who any of the players are. So I was just like, g'day, mate. I don't know your name.
Well, just so you know, with Charlie Curnow, we were talking about Ed Curnow. He's actually his brother.
Yeah,
in the
so
team.
2 brothers in the team. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so the code word for this week is the word Carlton. So send us the word Carlton to @Ronan Tree Talks on Instagram for your chance to win a shout out in our next episode.
All right. There was a lot of controversy in I'll call it the F1 community this week.
Are you part of that community?
Definitely. So Oscar Piastri, which is an up-and-coming F1 driver, is in contract with one of the teams at the moment, and it expired today, actually. His contract ended today.
Yep.
And but they said they promoted him from reserve driver into the seat because Fernando Alonso left their team. But 2 hours later, he posted on his Instagram that he will not be driving for the team.
Yeah.
So the community just went wild about that. But it's I got sent a report from Fox News. It was about he is set to join McLaren. They'll ditch Daniel Ricciardo. So
the ditching
Ricciardo. So it'll still be 2 Aussies in the team.
Yeah.
But Ricciardo will be gone, and it'll be Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri as their driver lineup for 2023, which is going to be really exciting.
Yeah, it will be. Are you a McLaren man?
I am, yeah.
I had no clue.
Didn't you?
It's kind of stupid of me.
Never looked at my stories.
I have looked at your stories.
Always post the race result of McLaren.
I've never come to my mind that you go for McLaren. Anyway, you learn something each day.
Alright, I got a question for you.
Yep.
Should Brisbane Lions fire Chris Fagan, and how will everyone's saying Buddy Franklin's rumoured to join Brisbane?
He will join Brisbane.
So how will Buddy joining Brisbane change their championship hopes? I know everyone was saying if they don't win it this year, they won't. But do you reckon?
I reckon we've got a good chance. And just back to that Fagan question, no, we shouldn't fire him.
Shouldn't fire him.
No, he's had a couple poor games.
Who's that other dude that everyone was saying should come instead of him?
Clarkson.
Yeah.
He'll go to GWS, I reckon.
Oh yeah.
Either Giants or North, probably.
But who would go to North Melbourne?
Well, he's like the mastermind coach, so he'll try and bring some success.
He could get them, or maybe
in
top
a couple
15.
Of years.
Top 15.
Yeah,
that's
top
the best.
15
That's
out
the
of the
best
18.
they could get. They'd be lucky to get top 15.
Yeah, shout out all the North supporters listening to that.
No, just get a better team.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's my message for you.
And with Buddy Franklin joining the Lions, I reckon if that was the case, Dan McStay would leave the club because there's been rumours that he's linked with Collingwood. So
what about
I reckon
Darcy Fort?
No, we just got him.
Yeah,
He'll
true.
play his backup rock.
Yeah.
So then Buddy will play forward with Danaher and Hipwood. And McStay will go to Collingwood.
That sounds like a good lineup though.
Yep. You've got something to talk about now, don't you?
Yeah. I've done lots of intensive research. Extensive. That's the word. Extensive research for this episode.
Yeah.
And
Can you just imagine intensive research for a second though?
It was extensive and intensive. I was struggling, bro. Needed to get some stuff done. Anyway, we got every fun fact in the planet here on Ronan and Tree Talks. Mm-hmm. So, the longest flight by a chicken. How long do you reckon, seconds wise? How many seconds do you reckon?
Like he's in the air for?
Yeah. How long would they be in the air?
I don't
and
know.
land on their feet and not die. So
15 seconds?
Close. 13 seconds.
Oh, it's close.
That's a world record. So congratulations to that. Shout out to you, chicken, if you're listening.
We need to get the chicken on.
Yes, that'll be our special guest next week.
Yeah. No, probably won't. I doubt we'll be able to get a chicken on and talk. Yeah.
Oh well.
Fair enough. Now, I know a lot of you out there will have siblings.
Yep. Us included.
Yep. So you're a younger child.
I'm the youngest and favourite.
Yep. And I'm the older sibling.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it better to be the youngest sibling or the oldest sibling?
I think, I don't know. I think being youngest, you get more things quicker. Like
yeah,
I got
definitely.
like social media's quicker, Xbox quicker, overseas quicker, stuff like that. But I get bullied by my older brother, so that sucks.
Yeah.
And sorry
Oh
about
no,
that.
Ronan's phone's calling.
Sorry about that. But yeah, so that's what I think.
I actually don't know because I've never been a younger child, but if I'm presenting the case of the older child, I reckon you get more attention as you're a child.
Oh.
Like,
yeah, that's true.
like,
that's true.
and you might get like more education at home, sort of that, like teaching you in like prep and grade 1.
Yep.
So don't have to worry about other kids.
Yep. Okay.
But I do reckon youngest, I agree, they get things a lot quicker and all that. So
Yeah.
like the other day, my brother was asking for Instagram and he's gonna get it like the second he turns 13 or something. Where I had to wait like half the year nagging for it.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff like that.
Well, we'll go to some real happy news. We're back on the On This Day website. So on this day in 1945, an atomic bomb was dropped on Japan.
Very happy.
How fun.
Yeah. Poor Japan.
Right, let's move on.
That was a quick segment.
Pet peeves. What's your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is when people are out in public and they're on a FaceTime call.
Oh, how dare people be out in public?
Yeah, how dare they?
Honestly.
No, but it's when they're out in public, they're on a FaceTime call and they're just yelling out to people that don't have headphones on. And you just hear their whole conversation. They're on face, like, going around everywhere. It's really annoying and you almost feel like, I don't know if I can say this, but just grabbing their phone,
throwing it off.
throwing on the ground and then hanging up or something. It's ridiculous.
Even worse when you're in a taxi and an Uber and the Uber driver goes on a call.
Oh, I haven't been in many Ubers, but it's
very
annoying.
awkward.
I could
It's
imagine how
awkward.
annoying that would be.
Right, my pet peeve sounds really petty, but I'm going to talk about it. Bad websites.
Yep.
Like, I was researching the best microphones that we could buy for this podcast. Then I went onto their website and it was just so bad. Like,
Yeah, it's not formatted properly
no,
or anything.
it was just 3 links on how to buy the thing. So it was a fully white thing, and then buy this one, buy this one, buy this one. Like,
No pictures?
nah, nothing.
Jeez. I'd hate that.
And I hate it when you're on your phone trying to do a website and you have to like zoom out. It's not formatted for a phone properly.
Yeah.
I
I
can't.
reckon they should like format it different for laptop and phone.
They do.
Yeah.
Like if you go to a website generator, like that happens.
I hate it when they don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, thank you all for listening to episode 7. Thank you to all the Carlton players for coming on board and having an interview. It was really fun. I had a great time being there.
So did I. Hopefully it's a good game tomorrow between them and the Brisbane Lions.
Up Brisbane.
Up the Lions.
Alrighty. Thank you guys. Make sure you rate us 5 stars if you think we deserved it.
Yep. Obviously we're not going to force you to, but if you think we deserve it.
Just rate us 5 stars, yeah.
Yep.
Just do it. Just do it.
And make sure if you're listening on YouTube to leave a like and subscribe. I sound like a professional YouTuber right now.
Yep.
Or just make a Spotify account. It takes 2 seconds.
Sponsored by Spotify, FYI. Alright, thanks guys. Goodbye.
Thanks, guys.